Hola. What's going on, peoples? How y'all doing? Hello? Anybody gonna say nothing? Nobody? Hello? Y'all all there?
Well, they're all there. They joined early. Lola was here at 7:45.
I saw Lola's message, and I even saw one. I think it was Lola that had responded to something when I was sending messages out at like dark o'clock in the morning. She's like, "Are you always up?" I'm like, kinda, but kinda not. But hey, everyone, I see.
Hello.
So that means Lola was our first person here
Our
tonight.
first person. I am loving this celebrity death match to be the first person to log in. It reminds me of work, how once a month we have a service owner dashboard meeting with our vice president. And there are 5 groups that need to participate. And each group, like my group, has 15 people in it. Some groups have like 30 groups of people. And even though it's one group, each person has to report out. So
Jesus,
when that happens, you got to, if you aren't first, then you might be sitting there for a while. So bitch, the meeting was at 4:00 on Monday. Bitch, I logged in at 3:01.
Damn.
And I was the first. But this other woman, Kathy, who's normally the first, logged in at 3:10. She was like, the student has become the teacher. I was like, no, girl, I have shit to do. I am over this day. And I had just flown back from LA. So I was like, girl, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, eccentric. Yes, I really am. Because, baby, when I tell you it is hot all of a sudden, I'm like, Jesus, what's going on? Some water.
That's why I turned my AC down to 71 for the show, because it's always hot during the show for me.
I didn't even have it. Well, I got my light on. But hold on a second. I just keep talking. I'm still here. I'm gonna turn this air on a little bit. Keep talking. I'm here. Talk amongst yourselves.
So it's good to see everybody. I see Lola and Eccentric and Best Friend and Greg and Joshua.
Hey,
speaking of Greg sent us a lovely picture of young Greg that he said we could show on the show. So I'm trying. What is going on here? And then, so let me pull that up.
All right, I'm here for it.
And share my screen.
We here for it all the way. Okay. Whew, turn a little air on. Well, that done went all the way back.
Looking like he's like, I don't wanna. No. You can't make me.
Babies. To the babies.
Those little chubby cheeks.
To the babies. Oh, I think listen, I don't know about anybody else, but I think every little baby had like that, like either
a little one piece like that,
or like a denim or corduroy jumper, and it became like the basis for like a lot of different things.
Yes, Eccentric. I won these. Won the pictures that you can't see my pointer, but I won those pictures. It's actually the same picture, but I won them at Onyx Northeast. What is it called? Deck the Balls. Their Christmas joint. Oh, so you are the baby.
What I mean,
brothers in the picture, they're off to the left of the picture, and they are 12, 13, and 15 years younger. Oh, so you are the baby.
So wait a minute. All I see his right hand being held by, looks like
he said they're out of the picture.
Oh, they're out of the picture. Because I was gonna say, I think that's a woman on the left, and I think that's a man.
I'm assuming this. I think this is a woman right here.
But then is that a dog over there that somebody else is holding?
Yeah, that looks like a dog. Yeah, with a collar. Yeah, or a bag. Okay. I can't be sure.
I think it's like that's the drawback to some of our history. It's not digital, and it's actual Kodak pictures and laminated pictures and stuff. Things that are even in picture frames. That there's a picture that I have of myself that is in a picture frame that if I take it out of the picture frame, I know the picture is going to be based on the picture frame itself,
Right.
like itself. So it's like, all right, there we go. We just
And you
get
know
that.
what my grandmother and my grandmother's sister did? I have all of these old photo albums with people I vaguely remember. I like to say, like when my father died, the room was filled with vaguely familiar strangers. And so, like, these photo albums were filled with vaguely familiar strangers. But my aunt and my grandmother and my mother had written on each of the back of the picture. So if you ever took it off, you could be like, this is cousin Kansu. And I'd
Yep,
be like, oh, okay. That
that's
name sounds familiar. And this woman looks vaguely familiar, but
yep.
the last
I
time I saw her I was like 4. So, it was like a blur.
listen. It's been a
Oh,
lot
and
of
Greg said that's mom on the left and dad on the right, and the dog was Rex.
got you. Got you, got you, got you. Well, listen, Greg, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing that little piece of you. Everybody is welcome because I think people have sent
Oh, he
something.
said it's a picture of a picture, which I have a lot of too. I have a lot of pictures of pictures.
Yeah, but everyone, like I said, is welcome. Send pictures in, please. We'd love to
Please
share.
send us pictures. Send them to our Facebook, or if you have my personal number, you can text them to me, and we will make sure they get on the show. So
That too, that too, that too.
so how
So
was your week, Puddin'?
uh,
Let's get
um,
into it, honey.
so all right. So
Side note to get started. This is bubbly sangria. It is mango, pineapple, citrus, I think, from what's that spot that my ex used to like? Cooper Canyon,
Copper Canyon.
something like that. Yeah, that spot. And you know how they had their own winery in the
I,
joint.
listen, I'm only there in Copper Canyon for the prime rib and the
Oh,
horseradish.
well, so they have their own winery and they make their own beverages. So
Okay.
no, it's called Cooper's Hawk. That's the name of it.
Cooper's Hawk is a brand of wine. I do know that.
Yes, and the winery, they also have a small chain of restaurants.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
And so this is Cooper's Hawk's bubbly sangria. She's quite tasty.
Now that we've just given them a shout out as some sort of sponsor of some sort. Because listen, if y'all get any extra money, this and it's coming from the BGKH show, y'all better come on and hit us up.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I at least want like a free appetizer or something next time I come.
Listen, ×2. I'm just saying.
Exactly. So your week.
My week. Listen, from the job side is absolutely ridiculous. We are at this point with this system integration that is just absolutely just stressful and anxiety provoking all the way around. I think I explained to you all that at this particular point, we are now live and there are things that are going on that are only happening in real time, even though we've done all this testing. I've also chatted with my little cousin, the IT guru, IT geek, or whatever. And her thing is like, oh, I know that product is if y'all don't really test it very well, or it's been bad testing, which is why y'all are having all these issues that you're having. And she was saying something about another sort of implementation and things that they could have done to maybe took some of the bugs or kinks out. But again, this is the same stuff that we're screaming from our lungs saying it doesn't necessarily work for us. But anyway, so that stuff, like I said, anxiety and it was up. A lot of work to do to try to get some stuff processed, but we still have a lot of traffic. So it's like, if I can't get away from the traffic, I can't process any of the stuff that the traffic is sending into us. Okay. Besides that, I think I told you all about this rehearsal stuff. I've been doing that. That's been a little interesting, and yeah, I'm still working on this song and these lines because I was under the impression that it wasn't a whole lot of lines, but now that I'm really getting into it, there's a lot of lines. There's a lot of lines, and I'm having a little bit of anxiety about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna get through that because I'm a press through it because I'm like Shangela says, I'm a professional and we're gonna try to do our best. I had a little, I don't even know what we're gonna call it, a whoopsie doodle, not a something health issues. Listen, Daddy has been trying to go to the bathroom since Friday, and baby, it has been a roller coaster battle. So I've been
Did you get it together?
So I came in with the suggestion of my cousin and took some fish oil pills as well as drank some warm prune juice. Baby, there's been some
girl. You went from 0 to 100.
Well, no, see, that's the thing. I was expecting it to be like 0 to 100, but I felt like it was like 0 to like 25, 30-ish. Because I still feel like, and just based off of when I sat back and thought about what I ate, I was like, it should be a lot more, I think. But then I was like, okay, listen, I don't know. But in the event, we're still dealing with that. I feel a little bit better, and because like I said, there was some movement, and we got some stuff going on. But let's just see how the rest of this is gonna, flow naturally. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I mean that's really it at this particular point. And I have some stuff coming up this weekend. Grace and I are supposed to hang out. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to publicly embarrass Grace because listen. This is what we do, and this is how we do it. And she know I'm gonna go ahead and do this. But we always talk about how when people get their little man friend or their little woman friend, and all of a sudden they just start peeling away from their other friends, or the ones that's been holding them down all this time. And then
and every conversation is my man, my man, my man.
My man, or my woman, my girl. Listen, so yes, it's been all about
the boo.
It's been all about the boo. And so she called herself, we were chatting one time and she called herself trying to cuss me out about something. And she was like, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. And I got to go here and I got this concert to go to and that concert to go to. And I said, concert to go to? She was like, yeah, it's Will Downing. And then I think she said, oh, it was Will Downing and Layla Hathaway. And so the Will Downing concert just happened wherever that was. And I was like, okay. She said Layla Hathaway. And I said, oh, okay. I said, so you and your boo gonna go, right? She was like, yeah, my boo gonna go. But you didn't even think about asking me at all to go to either one of these things at all. I mean, you just didn't, the thought just didn't even cross your mind.
Right, you got a man now. You forgot your best friend. It's all good.
Like you got a man now, so you don't need me for nothing. But then in the same breath, you turn around in the conversation today and say, don't forget, this weekend, there's something going on in DC that you will be attending with me. Now, what?
Wait a minute, girl. Also, you deigned to make time for me now?
Like, I was like, what? That's what we gonna do? That's how we doing it. That's how we doing it. But okay. So yes.
I mean,
listen.
It's not right.
Listen, but it's
okay.
Because you know
what? Because I'm gonna make it
anyway.
So pack your bags
up and leave.
Don't you dare ever come running back to me.
Back to me. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm gonna say amen.
Yeah, and amen. But I'm gonna be available this weekend just so we can see how this. Because this is this.
Because you still want to go to the event.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna go to the event because there's gonna be some stuff going on. So I'm gonna go to the event. Yes, absolutely. So, but other than that, it's been a week. We haven't had any. Oh well, the Black Degree Factory had a little accident on campus, and it was with a truck and some electric and all that other stuff. A couple buildings went out, but they'll figure that out. But other than that, it's been it's been relatively what it's gonna be. So it's been yeah. And how about your week? How was your week? Because you were flying off. You were having big fun in the city of the wretched, not with the wretched, but in the city of the wretched.
Yes. So we'll start. Okay, so we'll start with LA. So I had to go for Level Leadership Conference. We had our retreat and planning for 2026, and so we have rented a house in Baldwin Hills. You know, that's the black neighborhood. That's the bougie black neighborhood. But all the street names were Mexican, like Don Miguel, Don Jose, Don Pedro. No, and I don't mean that in like a racist way, but the names, street names, were literally like turn right onto Don Jose Drive and then turn left on Don Pedro Drive, and then our house was on like Don Miguel Drive. So like all of the streets were named, you know, that would be like all the streets being named like, you know, Mr. Michael, Mr. David, Mr. Epic Way.
But what I was saying was it was just the contradiction between Mexican and then upper echelon African American. So you're talking about Jose.
It wasn't upper echelon, it was mid echelon. Well, and the houses were lovely, but they were very close together.
But at that time, in the early, I think it was the early 1900s. I think it was the upper echelon for Black folks.
Yes,
of that, you know. So yes, that part. But that's okay because Don Miguel, that's my god baby's.
Yes,
one of my god baby's names. But we go.
And then, our chair was the one we all sort of looked at the house, but she sort of made, you know, the reservation and stuff. And there was a pool in the backyard, but she didn't get the pool heated. So I was like, girl, this water is 12 degrees. There's no way I'm getting in this pool. And the house was surrounded on two sides by taller buildings. So not like 5 stories tall, but there were 2-story buildings on two sides. Not that we was planning to get into any shenanigans, but, you know, when I get a pool, I want privacy. I don't want anybody to be able to look over into the house.
My question is was it cool because it wasn't heated and then it was like a saltwater pool? Because
because it wasn't heated. Now I was maybe the expectation was because last week in LA they had a heat wave. We're talking about temperatures of 105 to 110.
Okay.
So maybe the water will still be warm, but no, the water was cold. And so the house was cute, but girl, there was a lot of things going on with that house. So we lit the pilot light on the grill, and you turn it and you wait. It said click, 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 and I was waiting for something to happen, and then nothing happened. And then I went to go get a lighter real quick, and I lit that shit, and this thing said poof.
See, this is exactly why I don't play with them goddamn propane tanks and shit.
Almost singed my eyes off. And then so we got the shit working, and then so I'm in the house. I went and bought, you know, those brownies that I make, you know, just with the toffee chips and everything. I didn't get the toffee chips, but I just decided to make some brownies to have for dinner because we cooked dinner like as a collective for on that Friday. So I done mixed the batter up. I done put it in this pan, and I go to preheat the oven. That girl says preheat, and it just kept saying preheat, and the bitch never got warm. Meanwhile, I hear from outside, Steel Toe and our other board member, Mita, like yelling. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? The grill's on fire. Because, bitch, they never clean this grill. So all of the collected shit in the bottom had caught fire. So the fire was licking up over the grill and everything. Like the whole fucking thing was on fire. And but let me tell you, we had some lovely lamb shanks that the chair had bought, and they sizzled up beautifully. Lola, it ain't nothing but Duncan Hines brownie mix. I don't do nothing but add some.
Lola, it is not. It is a box recipe, but listen. Let me be clear.
It's a box recipe, but I know how to zhuzh it up with some and some chopped nuts.
Don't discount the box recipe and the zhuzh, because you can zhuzh up a lot of stuff.
Right. And so the lamb ended up getting perfectly charred, and then we sizzled it up in the house. And I add Heath toffee bits, which you can buy in a pack like chocolate chips. And I chopped up some peanuts. Not peanuts, walnuts, or sometimes pecans, whichever one is on sale. You just mix all that shit in and bake it according to the recipe. But since the oven didn't work, I said, I said, I'm gonna make a brownie pancake, but the consistency of it wasn't right. So I ended up continuing to let it just like cook in the skillet. So I ended up, it looked like dirt,
Dewy,
but it was ooey gooey. It was delicious.
like a ooey. I was gonna say like a dark brown butter cake kind of, but then yeah, but okay, or even like dirt from like Oreo cookie dirt type of thing.
Yes, exactly like that, except made a brownie. So it was delicious. So I might actually do that as like a recipe, like take a small portion of it and make like a little, because then you could just like put that over ice cream or put ice cream over it.
Yes, God. Ooh,
So like if you didn't feel like turning the oven on, you could just sizzle it up on a small amount up on the stove real quick.
Maybe I will get some ice cream.
So then it was very fat bitchy, but I loved it.
Yeah.
So
oh,
when I picked up my rental car, because I only ever rent from National Rent a Car because I'm bougie, from the executive lot, and they had the cutest candy apple red Mitsubishi Eclipse. I said I want to be epic for the weekend, bitch. The way I was driving around with this candy, you could not tell me I was not that bitch in this candy apple red. You just press the one button and the window go all the way down, and baby, I was like. Because I have always wanted a red car. I have never had a red car. The car that I have now, our friend George worked at the CarMax where I bought the car, and they had a candy apple red Nissan Rogue. But if I had bought that one, he would have had to split the commission because it would have been shipped from another spot. So I was like, all right. And plus, insurance is higher on a red car. So
I have not. This being my second red car, I have not. That has not been a significant factor at all.
That's what I need. That's what I need to hear and know in order to not be pissed off that I've not been driving around this red car for the past 10 years.
Now, my driving or my whatever my tag issues are, that's a whole different story. But no, not.
Oh, girl, we already know you be riding dirty half the time. When we get in your car, I'll be like, let me see what the expiration date is on these tags, and let me see your light. Can I see your license, please? So let me run these numbers real quick. So anyway, Friday night after we had dinner, I took my candy apple red Mitsubishi Eclipse. It was a plug-in hybrid too, although I didn't give a shit about that. I ain't worried about plugging it in. I went to Slammers, LA in Silver Lake. So it was a good sign when I had to circle the block 3 times in order to get a parking space.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so that you know, that means the place was full.
Oh. So when in my, if you will follow me on Facebook, when I'm talking about Le Sex Club, that is Slammers LA. So it was packed. Not quite to the gills, so you could still sort of walk around, whatever. But the orgy rooms and everything were packed. And there was this one older Mexican guy. There's always that one guy that just don't seem to take no for an answer. And he kept grabbing me, kept grabbing me. And or we in the orgy room, he would just keep bending over in front of me. And I wanted to be like, no means no. But it's a sex club. I mean, I don't want to be touched. I mean, I do want to be touched, but not by you.
Maximus can attest to there is a gentleman caller that is a legend in the sex clubs in the DMV area. We refer to him as Good Puss. That's what we refer to him as. Good Puss would never take no for an answer. And if Good Puss was trying to back that thing up on you, he was going to back that thing up on you. Listen.
We're not talking about R.
I never knew what their actual name was.
Oh, well, you remember that shit. What's our brother that passed? Lonzy. Remember, Lonzy hated him.
This was not
that. So,
no,
well, that's
no,
because
no.
that person that Lonzy hated was not a legend in the sex club. But that was a funny story.
That's what
that was a funny story because every time Lonzy saw that bitch, he would be like, "I hate that motherfucker."
He gets
he would get visibly angry. That shit happened like 5 years ago. But you would think, I mean, he passed away, but before he passed away, every time he saw that bitch, he would get visibly angry, like it had just happened.
He got so mad. And then even when he got him back, he still felt like it wasn't really enough. Oh, God.
And so, you know, I walked around a little bit. I keep my watch on so that I could know what the time was giving. There was this one guy in the orgy chair, in one of the orgy chairs, and baby, the way you could just slide up into him and it was all silky and whatnot. So of the 7 bodies, yes, of the 7 bodies, he was 3 of them. You know, because I count each time as a body, even with the same person. And so I just had a lovely time. You know, all of the maze. Oh, you like the tea? Hold on, let me give you. So this is a custom tea by our brother. Well, shit.
Well, wait. Wait, no, was that one from? Because I thought you got one.
This is the one that Sango made.
Okay, because I thought you had one that was when we were down in Florida that was close to that. But
no, I do have some ones with the guy bent over, and those didn't come from there either. Those came either from came from the bear people with the guy bent over.
No, not the guy bent over. There's another picture that you have, and I thought that was. I'm confusing that from when we were in Florida one time.
Okay,
but okay, I digress.
And so, yeah, overall, I had a lovely time. You know, they have a variety of mazes and a couple of orgy rooms, and the lighting. It was dark in there, but not super duper. That's what I like because I need to see what's going on especially as I get older.
Oh, bitch, we can't see.
I want to go into a darkened room, but not a black room. I need to be able to see what's going on in the spot. And there was just enough light for you to see without having to wait 15 minutes for your eyes to adjust. And so it was.
You don't want to trip and fall over nothing and fall on that nasty ass floor nowhere. That's the other problem.
Yeah, because the amount of fluids that are on that floor. Ooh.
There's the cure for cancer and the death of the world probably on that damn floor.
All in one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was fun. And, you know, LA overall was fun. We made some good connections with the brothers there and also with, you know, it was just fun for the weekend. So I got back on Sunday. And then, as you might expect, you know, I wasn't really, because here's the thing. Once I have my full of slammers, especially if I go more than once, but even though I only went once, I had a great time. And I don't necessarily need to do a whole lot of, hold on. You know, the kids love to call you right when the show starts.
I mean, you only talk about this every single week. We've only been doing it for what? How many shows we had? 268.
This is episode 268. Hey, Bougie Girl.
I mean, that's what we're doing. Like, I mean, but okay, we still call it on Wednesdays at this time. Okay, all right.
Exactly. And so the girls was hitting me up, and then I kept being like, "Girl, I'm only here for the weekend."
Bougie.
I got other shit to do today. And then, of course, all of the cutest ones hit me up on Sunday as I'm trying to dip out of town on this plane. And then, so the last thing was, you know, I pay a grip for this Platinum American Express card. So whenever I am in a city and in an airport with an American Express Centurion lounge, I'm going to take myself to that lounge because in my experience, it's a big, beautiful, wide open, airy space with really good food selections, a free bar, like anything. Like if you want 100, I don't know if they've got €100 scotch, but you don't have to pay. I mean, they expect you to tip now. but the drinks are 100% free. Coffee, tea, juice, all of, whatever liquor you want, all that is free. It's a big open area space. So here I am at the Southwest Terminal. And have you ever been to LAX? So you know how large LAX is.
LAX is huge. And
the way it's arranged, it's not arranged like around a spiral. It's literally from one end to the other. So here I am at Southwest, and here we are. You see how far my finger is off the frame?
Off camera, out of frame.
Off there, all the way over there. And then 100 yards past that is where the Centurion Lounge was. So I got to the airport 2.5 hours early and didn't really have breakfast because I'm like, baby, I'm about to get me a cocktail that's going to cocktail me over for this 5.5 hour flight. I figure I'd have just enough to drink to be able to be good and get on this plane and sleep for, at least the first half of the trip. Bitch. I got to this.
I can't do the sleeping on the plane. God bless y'all that can, but okay.
When I'm tired, I can.
Listen, I'm tired. I'm gonna fall out wherever I go. But I'll be like trying to hold that little kid trying to fight sleep.
No, I don't be fighting it at all. But I got to that lounge and put my head or got in, and I took a left turn and then went down the hall, and that bar was closed. And then I went down this one hall. I was like, okay, so this must be like the quiet side, where you can just sort of chill and relax. But I was like, where the fuck is the food? So then after I found a spot, I went over to the other side where the food was, and they had like 3 entrees and 2 salads and an old tired. The cookies was cute, but like cookies. Now, like compare that to the one in Atlanta where it's like the Centurion Lounge in Atlanta is like it was. Remember the United Lounge?
Was that United or Delta?
The one we went to in LA was the United Lounge.
One was
the Centurion Lounge in Atlanta was as big or bigger than that. And the space is like 50, 70,000 square feet. It's right up against the glass, so you can look out on the plains, lots of natural light. Girl, this is like a series of office spaces where they cut out the doors between them. It was old, dark and dingy and dank with, few food choices. I was like, girl, this does not justify $600 a month. A year, bitch, not a month, because that's how much the fee is for the MX. But girl, now when I go to San Francisco next week, I will be looking for the club there and ready to enjoy that. So anyway, so that was the trip to LA, and I'm off to San Francisco next week. Now I stayed online a little bit, to help the kids out. But next week, when I get on that plane to San Francisco on Wednesday, I am completely off of. Tuesday evening when I dip out, I am completely off the clock until the following Wednesday. One of my work besties was like, see, this is your problem, Brian, is that you are too accessible to these hoes. You were on vacation. Do not take your phone with you. Do not bring your computer. But I was like, it's the end of the fiscal year. I got to handle. She was like, girl, fuck them. They will be okay. If it don't get done, what? It won't fucking get done. And I was like, that's your problem. You're always stressed out because you make yourself too accessible for them. And for what? For them to not appreciate it? I was like, you know what? You're right. This is why we are friends, because
I like her.
You keeps it real. But anyway, so and all of that came about because we were having a conversation about work stuff. I had a conversation, remember we had a conversation with the boss a couple of weeks ago where,
that wasn't a conversation. That was a sharing of ideas that were based off of your list that were explained or given in the tone of dominion. That's what that was.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so yesterday we had another conversation. And at some point I was like, I do not know what you all want from me. I feel like I give everything to you. I was about to call them hoes. I was like, I give everything to you hoes. And it's never enough. And then one of the points on the screen, because she wrote stuff on the screen and it was very triggering. It was like, she was actually talking about the whole team, but I took it to mean me. And she was like, build trust. And I was like, and build trust. The team trusts me They don't trust you. Hold on, I need to echo. They trust me. They don't trust you. How do I know this? Every time I go on vacation, if I am out of the office for more than 4 months, you start calling people and threatening them. And I spend the first half of the day when I get back talking people off of a ledge that you put them on. And she was like, I don't threaten people. I said, when I was out the last time, you called one of our employees and like, do you like working here? That is a threat. Well, that's not what I meant. Girl, I don't care what you meant. That's how it was received. And I'm tired of you saying that's not what I meant. If everybody tells you that you said something crazy to them and you keep saying you didn't mean it that way, then who's got the problem? Everybody else or you? And when I say every time I go out of the office for more than 4 hours, it's bullshit. So that's why I usually keep my phone on. I give my team my phone number because here's what happens.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to correct you. You 4 months, and I wasn't going to correct you. I'm going to leave that alone. But 4 days, yes, go ahead.
For a week.
I know. I got you. Go ahead.
When I go out of town, or when usually at work, there's all of this bullshit that comes. Brian, we need to get this done. All this, everything's hair on fire, hair's on fire. And then I am the calm filter. Epic. So we need, they come to me, Brian, this report needs to get done. It needs to be done by 5 p.m. This is like the most incredible thing in the world. And then I'm like, hey, Epic. So what are you working on right now? And you tell me everything you're working on. All right, so we've got this report that needs to get done. I'm gonna need you to move some things around so that we can get this done by 5 p.m. So that thing that you're working on now, let's move that to next week. So I am like the calm translator for all of the foolishness that occurs above me. But when I'm out of the office, she goes straight to the people on my team and messes up everything and starts threatening people and inserting shit. Like I said on Facebook the other day, she said for one of these projects, one of the guys that works for me was saying that there's all of this shit that needs to get done on this project and it hasn't been done for all of this time. And she takes any criticism extremely personal, like you're saying it about her. And so, because she used to manage this project directly, and she automatically assumes that the other people are lying or whatever. She's like, that can't be true because I managed these projects for the past 3 years. And that's why I posted on Facebook. Did the situation not exist? Or were you just not aware of the situation?
Right. Because the situation existed. Trust me, I'm sure it did.
Right. And so she also said this thing about, the team. So we had a trip to Newark to do like a team building exercise, but some people couldn't make it because they were working on. Listen, team building exercises are important, but we're in the business of building facilities. There was a deliverable that needed to happen in order to get this facility built. So I said, stay your ass back where you are and get this work done. And so while I was out, she sent them nasty emails about you need to be where you're supposed to be. And they were like, we didn't even know this meeting was happening until 12 hours before because we got offered an invite. And I said to her, all you needed to do was say, my bad. I didn't have that information. I apologize for what I said. No, you double down on what you said. And, it feels like we're in a shitty relationship with her because she's one of those people who, when you are bringing up a point, instead of admitting they're wrong, they pivot to another point. And then like 20 minutes into the discussion, you're like, what the fuck are we even talking about anymore?
How did we go from the damn Staples to all the way over here talking about red convertible cars? How the fuck did we get here?
Right. And so she said, well, how am I supposed to know that they're doing their job if I don't see them? I said, ma'am, your default assumption is that the qualified people that you are paying more than $100,000 to each is doing what they are supposed to do. That's the assumption. So if they aren't in your face, it's because they're doing something else that justifies why they aren't in your face. And there are systems in place because the girls will tell on themselves. If they were actually at home screwing around, that would have come out. I said, your whole paradigm is wrong. You assume that everybody on the team is doing the wrong thing. And then when you find out they're doing the right thing, you don't even apologize for making terrible assumptions about them. I, on the other hand, assume that you're doing what you're supposed to do, but I got shit in place that, so if you didn't come on the trip and you said you were supposed to be doing this other stuff, okay, well then tell me what happened with that. And girl, you better come up with a plausible story, because if I look into it and find out you were lying for me, then she will be the least of your problems. Because you don't need to lie to me. You could have just said you don't want to go because you got to stay home with your kid. Baby, if you tell me the truth, 90% of the time you're going to get what you want. But if you lie to me, it's a wrap for you. Anyway, so the last two things. I said to her, I don't know what's going to happen around here, but I tell you this. You and the big boss who you can't name, y'all are not going to continue to talk to me this way. Because I'm a permanent employee, girl. I didn't say anything that was actionable. I didn't say, because I kept saying throughout this, I said, you are the boss. I will do what you were told, but you tell me how to do stuff in a way that is respectful. But the way that you all are talking to me is not going to continue. Take that however you want. And then talking about a new system. Girl, we are installing a new system. And
anything related to what ours is, because I done told you, baby,
implementation of this system. Baby, we went from, all right, so you and best friend and bougie girl, we all work on a project that someone else owns, but they've given us a scope of work and a charge code. Then I manage all of y'all because y'all report to me for this subset of work.
Okay.
Now I have the charge code and I distribute time against that charge code. And this new system, baby, you have access to every charge code in the system, and you could theoretically put your time wherever. So if you put your time wherever, the person who owns that WBSE now has to go and be like, who the hell is Epiconics?
Right.
In the current system, I have control over who charges to my WBSE. In the new system, we have the only control is on the back end after you've already charged your time, because then you have to reject it. And I was like, it's a database. Why can't you just say Epiconics only has access to these 10 WBSEs and keep it simple? I'm like, girl, you all just made this super complicated. But I said, but you know what? After September the 30th, I don't have to manage 250 line items on my timesheet. That gets distributed back to all of the people that own the money. So good for y'all. So
like,
that's why
today's the 18th. Count y'all days, baby. Count y'all days.
Because, girl, the amount of effort that I put in that I will not have to put in after the first of the month.
Well, wait a minute. So whatever happened with the last, the overages that you all just found, were you able to figure out something for that when you were saying you can only be like 20% over? Okay.
We're not over anything. We're under.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, we are over a little bit, and I do need to figure that out before I leave. But we will only
be talking about that before.
We would only be slightly over. We will be like 1 or 2% over. But for the other projects, we will be under. But Here's the thing. What I have discovered is that my own personal level of responsibility is much more, what's the right word? I have a greater and more fine-tuned sense of responsibility and urgency than most people. Like if I got a $2 million budget and I don't spend $20,000 of that, that's literally only 1%. Right. But $20,000 is a lot of money. And if you all hadn't been fucking around and hadn't been giving me the numbers that I asked for back in July, I could have made plans to spend 17 of that $20,000 because that money goes away. And, you know, the project that I manage, we're helping we're not helping the executives in the suite. We're helping people get conference room services that used to have to put a sheet up and have a projector. And so we're switching them out from that to an actual conference room system. So I believe in that mission. And with that extra $20,000, if you hadn't fucked up on your shit, I would have been able to install another conference room for these people that actually make the railroad run.
Yeah.
So I have a finer tuned sense of responsibility about that than other people. So ultimately, if no one else gives a shit, then neither do I. But I have to be careful, because what I don't want to do is lose that sense, because I work with too many people whose entire attitude is, I don't really give a shit. It's not that big a deal. And I'm like, no, but it is a big deal, because it's taxpayers' money. And what they don't understand, because they don't work with the government, is that if the government gives you $2 million to do something and you only spend $1.75 million, when you add $2 million next year, they're not going to give you $2 million.
They're going to give you 1.7.
They're going to give you less than you asked for, because you didn't show an ability to use the shit that we gave you last year.
Exactly. You didn't spend all this money last year, so why you need it this year? So we're going to give you 1.7. That's what you spent last year.
Right. We're going to give you less than you asked for and see if you can make that work.
Make it work.
So anyway, so that's all that. And once, like my good work Judy was like, she was like, girl, fuck them. We were sitting in the car. I was at Trader Joe. I was sitting in the car at Trader Joe's. She was like, I want you to promise me that you will not bring your work phone, and you will not bring, because I do legitimately, I'm like, but I need to check in and manage all of this other stuff. She was like, listen to me. No one else gives a shit. So why should you be the only person who gives a shit? You did a great amount of work. So leave your phone at home, leave your work shit at home. And I was like, okay, I will do that. And I will turn off notifications, because I have my work email on my personal phone, girl. Because remember, let's be clear, the only reason why that is because before I became an permanent employee, I was a contractor, and that was the only way I could access it. And I just never took it off.
Okay, I get that.
And listen, you that's another thing. If someone is doing a good job, right? For me, if you make a small mistake, or even like a mid-level mistake, or even a big mistake, but I'm not going to get upset, because 95% of the shit that you did is amazing and awesome, and you have moved us forward and you have helped out. So I'm not going to go through all of that. Baby, the amount of shit that I do extra beyond my job, that covers her ass, that covers senior leadership's ass, that do everything to make them look better, and you still gonna talk to me crazy? Anywho,
this is the theme of it seems like of every work conversation that I've been having for the past probably 3 to 6 months. But it is what it is. What we're doing for
yes, Hypnos. I used to bring my work phone on vacation too. Had to stop that shit. I was like, listen, girl, this is why I love going on cruises, because I work for a semi-government agency. We cannot access the systems outside the country. So I'm like, even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Listen, I get it. What's up, Hypnos?
And Greg is right. I'm going to San Francisco for Folsom Street Fair. I will be leaving all of that work shit at home.
At home. Going out there and be the superstar you are. Matter of fact, you ain't got to blow up on YouTube, bitch. You just gonna get a full-length feature out of this motherfucker. That's what you're gonna do. You coming back with a full-length feature.
God damn it.
Come on, shit.
All right, let's get into some shits.
You don't come on and eat us. Right. You need to hurry up. I'm turning African-American, girl. You turning African-American? Yeah, you don't see all this melanin growing on me? Yeah, I see it. If he let one more day go by, I'm going to start having to raise my fist up, bitch. One more day go by, you can start saying the N-word. Child, I'm halfway there. I'm about to just start saying nig. Next week, I'm going to add the guh. Oh, there you go, y'all. Oh, child. He acting like he don't want this potassium. Right. You better come get you some of this potassium. Child, he over there eating the apple. Well, y'all know what they believe in. They say an apple a day keep the doctor away. Well, suck a banana, don't go to Atlanta. That's what he gonna sound like if he don't get this potassium. If he don't
come on.
Yeah, that guy is so funny.
Yeah, he's pretty. His I like his stuff.
This one. Well, there's nothing really to say. So this is for ladies and for men or whatever you identify as. If your side person proposed to you, what if your side person proposed to you before your own significant other? And then Alicia Lewis says, then your man becomes your side dude. Simple math, carry the one. Boop. But I just want to, so I've never, because I have lived an ethical slut / polyamorous lifestyle, I've never had a side dude per se, because side dude implies that you got a main dude and somebody that you're cheating on with them with, or you got some sort of a secret relationship with. And so anybody that I was fucking outside of my main relationship was never going to rise to the level where I would want to do that. Well, wait a minute, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that to our boo. You got a good man. You got a good man, Savannah.
Right. oh.
But at least that's for me. What about you, Epic? If your side dude proposed to you before your main man, what would that live? We already know what Bougie Girl got to say. Bougie said, same dress, same slave. Fuck that.
I mean, when it's right, it's right.
True.
Yeah, I feel these sentiments. Then you just switch it out, because again, what are you waiting on? Because the other part for me is I'm mad because it's like I'm making a choice and I'm choosing one versus the other for whatever my reasons are, and you're not living up to that reason, or your fears about something. I'm in the same lane as Miss Alicia Lewis. Go on to the next one, and that's, you switch it out. That's all we had. Carry the man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like unless I already had feelings like that for the side piece, I would be like,
now
this is awkward for you. So I love fucking you, but what I love more is when you go home. But spot the lie though. But for real though, like if somebody I was just like randomly fucking, and then I sent their ass home, and then they'll be like, but I love you, we should get married. I'd be like, oh.
But it goes back to the basic part of
one more time before I give you my answer.
But it goes back to the basic part of why you even wasted your time with them.
Because the sex was good.
And it
was not a wasted time. Who among us has not had sex with somebody that we really enjoy having sex with? But if they were like, we should be dating or we should get married, you would be like, So
I kind of tried that once and it ended horribly. So yeah, it ended horribly.
Well, I mean, that is true. It is magic. It is magically delicious. Thank you, Bougie Girl.
Yeah.
So you tried what? You tried dating somebody. You tried dating somebody just because the sex was good.
Yep, I did, and it did not go very well. And it was one of those things where, since I committed, I was all the way in it. But when they brought it up, they was just like, "We need to talk." I was like, "Okay, all right." Well, like, because I kind of knew at that point that it was already kind of like,
girl, you was about ready to chew your arm off to get out of that joint.
Basically, and so it was like, let me grab my shit. Where's the rest of my shit? I was like, okay, get my toiletry bag. And I was walking out, and it was so funny because I remember being on the phone with best friend in Baltimore, and I was like, bitch, let me call you right back. I think I'm ready to break.
Like, I'll be back for my things in the morning. Thank you.
No. I grabbed all my shit when I left that night. I had nothing there that was mine. What I had was something of theirs that they were never going to get back. And it was only because A, I forgot about it, but also B, I wouldn't drive back down there. I don't even like Virginia like that. I'm not even trying to go down to Virginia, so fuck you. And that's where we at.
All right. So last one for this round before we switch over to the Instagram.
Fuck, I look like crying over some nigga that don't want me when I could be mouth harassing a hamburger. Bitch, what the fuck I look like crying over some nigga that don't want me when I could be mouth harassing a hamburger. Bitch.
I mean,
when I tell you the way I hollered when I first heard that, I hollered because it was like you felt every single word she said, and her choice of mouth wrangling, like baby. Listen, I felt it. I felt that down in my shot. I did.
Now I certainly have met someone and been like, girl, I am going through all this and I don't even really like this hoe like that.
Number one, I better be speaking to somebody in America. Number two, I want a refund.
Transfer.
Transfer? Where am I being transferred to and why?
You'll find out in just a moment. You have been transferred to the Calm the Down line, the line where we sit with you while you.
We've seen this one. We've seen
this one before. Okay, great. Yeah. Well, then I will do that.
When you are ready to call.
And sweetheart, I'm gonna adjust your limp wrist when I say this.
We didn't see this one before.
I'm straight. Honey, I'm straighter than dry spaghetti noodles. Honey, I'm straight like no chaser. Honey, I am straighter than Dora's Bob. It's giving swiper, no swiping. Can you say
we saw
hetero?
This. Yeah, I don't word for it.
Honey, in order for me to be with a man, I would have to be unconscious. Unconscious. Honey, I would have to be under anesthesia. Anesthesia, honey. I would have to be under anesthesia. Honey, not only do I love women, I protect women. Honey, if you mess with my woman, honey, I will roundhouse kick your face so hard, I will knock your jaw back 5 inches. Have you speaking like Blue's Clues. Me? Gay? Mama, that's fake news. Fake news, mama. Homosexual propaganda. Homosexual propaganda. Can you believe it? Still can't believe it. Nope, still don't believe it. Honey, just because a man seems gay doesn't mean that he's gay, okay? Maybe he's just a nurse. Honey, you want me to be gay, but we can't always get what we want, honey. We can't, I'm sorry. That's not the way life works. Honey, the closest I've ever been to a man is when the delivery man handed me my Amazon package. Hetero, don't you know I'm hetero? Honey, no kitty is safe around me, okay? Woof, 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 woof. Honey, I'm not gay. Maybe you are gay. You are gay. Maybe the call is coming from the other side of the rainbow. Honey, in order for me to be with a man, I would have...
The funniest thing, he said, maybe he's not gay, he's just a nurse.
Baby. And I don't know if anybody get the reference of, the call is coming from inside the house, baby. I live.
Yes.
Oh, he's hilarious. Or they're hilarious. Oh, my God.
Why can't you see how much love there is that people just want to pour on top of you? I can't help thinking that your grandma and I didn't do right by you somehow.
Grandpa, don't say that.
Well, I feel like maybe we taught you something wrong because you won't tell me who you are. Did we teach you shame? Did I teach you that?
No.
Because it would break my heart if I had. Can't you see what a good job God did here? Can't you see how beautiful He made you?
When I first saw this, I was like, oh, girl, all of the dust in this fucking house.
Okay. Okay.
Epic Onyx, Dead Inside, everyone.
Established in 1971.
That was so moving to me because he was basically, his grandfather knew that he was gay. He was trying to encourage his grandson, to come out and being like, if I ever made you feel like you had to be ashamed, and then the way he just grabbed his grandfather's arm and started sobbing on his shoulder, that didn't move you?
I'll let you know if I go to the bathroom later after we get after the show.
Epic Onyx, Dead Inside.
Established 1971.
Okay.
Is that what you did when you left the BCCC?
It was more or less like Back to the Future, where you saw the trail of flames going down the street. Skirt! Bye, bitches! That's what it was like for me.
So pretty. Hold on, let me push your stool in.
Let's see how dinner goes first.
So
Wait a minute. Run that again.
pretty. Hold on, let me push your stool in.
Let's see how dinner goes first.
So pretty. Hold on, let me push your stool in.
I'm done. Okay.
Let's see how dinner goes first.
I'm done. Okay. All right. Okay. I got okay.
Ooh, Desmond is trying to comfort the girls. He said, 1971, I got some old ass friends.
Does he though? Because it seems like if you look at his birth certificate, it seems like it's going to have the first three numbers is going to be the same as well. But I mean, I ain't want to gossip or nothing. I'm just saying.
All right, just two more.
Don't shave? Use this easy comb to remove loose and tangled hair without affecting your pussy's appearance. It reduces shedding, and the sharp stainless steel blade is safe for their skin. Great for thinning short-haired pussies, too, leaving your pussy refreshed and your home fur-free. Don't shave?
Maybe you can get...
I will be deleting all emails.
Maybe you can get one of these for your pussy.
Don't shave?
Listen, my pussy already she has one that it happens every day while we're sitting around, and she wants to be petted, and so I play with her, and I'll go ahead and drag it on through her body.
Saying you keep your pussy well groomed?
Listen, she sheds, and so I want to make sure you want to keep down the hair, and so you have to make sure you keep brushing it every day. That's all. So as often as she lets me, I'll go ahead and brush her.
Mm-hmm. So your pussy likes to be petted
constantly. Mm-hmm.
Good. Yep. And you are unanimous in this?
I said what I said. I quoted
and
that great
quote. The last one. This is what I'm trying to choose what my out of office message is going to be when I'm in San Francisco next week.
Bye, bitches.
I will be deleting all emails sent to me whilst I am out of office. Contact someone else or Google it. You're receiving this message because I'm not here. Don't. 404 error. Samantha, not found. Please hesitate to contact me. Before you reach out to my out of office contact, ask yourself, is this really an emergency? BRB, getting married. Here's my wife's number, and you can explain why you need to contact me so badly. Where's John, you ask? Well, John is exploring the wonders of parenthood. You missed me. Keep practicing your aim. I earned this. Don't bother me. Right email, wrong timing. I will have limited access to the internet and even less interest. I am on airplane mode. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not me. Currently on vacation. Will return when I run out of money. I will be deleted.
So there are two top contenders for me. One, please hesitate to call me. Because, baby, hesitate. I want you to hesitate hard. And then the last one, I will return. I will return when I run out of money.
I had 2 or 3 in there that were towards the end. The one was shit. It went so fast because but the one was shit. They were towards the end. I comment on both of all 3 of them. I like them. But I like these options. I like some of them.
All right, so we have to look at the recap of the enemies, the Emmys too. So let's get into these stories.
Cool. You want to look at you want to do a recap of the Emmys already? Like, or you already have something that you want to look at?
I've got it, but we can go through the stories first.
Okay. Well, listen, let's do that. So listen, really quickly, some sad news. Some of you may have already heard. Tito Jackson was found. Tito Jackson passed. He was found suffering from a heart attack in New Mexico, shopping in the shopping Lord have mercy, I cannot talk today. Tito Jackson was found suffering from a heart attack in New Mexico shopping center before his death. Now, New Mexico police say that Tito Jackson suffered a medical emergency behind the wheel before he died on Sunday. Cops told the Daily Mail that a passerby noticed Jackson was in need of medical attention shortly after 6 p.m. while he was traveling from New Mexico to Oklahoma, where he recently moved. The driver flagged down the police near the American Heritage Plaza shopping center where he had stopped. The Jackson 5 founding member was transported to the hospital via ambulance, and he was pronounced dead hours later. Steve Manning, Jackson's former manager, claimed the musician had a heart attack while making the cross-state trek. However, an autopsy had yet to be conducted, and his official cause of death has yet to be released. A formal investigation is still going. His sons made a post that announced their father's passing, and they were 3T, Taj, Terrell, and TJ. And although he continued to make music and perform up until his death, he recently left behind the bright lights of Hollywood. And in 2023, he told the Tulsa World that he found peace, or found the peace that he was looking for after moving to Claremore, Oklahoma, a small town with a population of less than 20,000. He said, "I always wanted to get away from the West Coast and experience living somewhere with new people and new culture." Listen, I sat back and questioned myself.
He was a part of a great musical legacy.
Yeah, but listen, rest in peace, Tito. And you were a part of a great musical legacy, and you were also a part of comedy legend history as well, because Eddie Murphy will forever be like, "Tito, give me a tissue. Give me a tissue."
Right. And I will just say that the first time I saw his 3 sons, now you know me, light skin, curly hair. So when I saw these 3 young men,
and see, when I saw them, I always looked at them and said, they look funny. Like in this picture, they almost look like cats or like something feline because they're
are just so negative. Oh my God, this is what I fucking
love. No.
I'm like, these boys are gorgeous.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is their features are so keen. This is a picture from a long time ago. The most recent picture I've seen of them, they look a little bit more okay. I'm not saying
the old. Actually, I disagree. I think the older they got, the more they do look like cats.
Okay.
Especially this one, because he already had the eyebrows and these had them continually worked on. So he's getting into Jocelyn Wildenstein territory.
Listen, all I know is they always looked, they were just there for me. Like I'm not going to say that they're attractive. I'm not going to say they're unattractive. They're just there. That's how I always look.
I thought that they were gorgeous, and like for their music was. Listen, God rest their father rest in peace. But I did not care for any of their music. But I did not follow them for even a moment for any of their music. So, and I also you will recall this picture. Hold on, because this is their Instagram. The reason I went to this because I was like, they have an Instagram.
They had a couple albums too. How about that?
Like, they're still making music.
Wait, but Tito had an album. Tito had an album in like, oh my God.
Now this picture, first of all, something about this picture was wildly inappropriate to me.
This is why, because to me, they just look, their features were so keen, and it was just,
in this, they do look like they, especially the ones on Michael in this picture, to the right of Michael in the picture, the two brothers to the right, baby, they look like they are in a production of Cats.
I keep telling you, people love their kids, and
well, let's be clear, Bougie Girl, I'm not clowning Michael. When I saw this picture, I was just like, there's not any of my uncles that I would pose shirtless, or mostly shirtless, or open shirt, looking sexily into the cameras with. I would not do that with my Uncle Rocky, or my Uncle Gary, or my Uncle Waddell, and definitely not my Uncle Ricky. That is just not our ministry as a family.
I am moving on to the next story. Listen.
Sorry.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I know that you all have probably heard that, listen, P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs, P. Daddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him, he's been indicted. And the headlines have been, the latest story has been that they found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil during his home raid. Now, listen.
Can I just stop us right there?
And to be clear, it's baby oil and lubricant, but go ahead.
Our good sis Dominique Morgan commented on this. That
yes, she did.
She said that if she go out on a date with a dude and she goes to his house and he has a bottle of baby oil on the nightstand, she knew it was some shenanigans about to go down. And so the fact that this man had 1,000 bottles of baby lube, Dominique was like, you can't order that from Walmart. That is an industrial order, honey. So you knew some shenanigans was going to go down. But anyway, apparently people still do.
Listen, Hypnos, I'm right there with you because I want to make sure I don't ever want to run out of shit. So I get having more on hand than you need. And listen, as a baby oil user for my body, as I get out the shower, yes, it's amazing to have because it's especially in the summertime, it's quick to put on and quick to rub into your skin and move and go. Whereas lotion is like, it feels very heavy sometimes and all that good stuff. So, but whatever.
Desmond said, I'm so mad I was never invited to a P. Diddy party. I think, well, first of all, P. Diddy, the eyes.
Hold on,
sorry, keep going. Okay,
so listen. Details are emerging about the charges against Sean Diddy Combs hours after he was arrested in New York. The federal indictment that was issued was unsealed and obtained by NBC, and then they were talking about that they were accusing him of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Let me stop right here. The racketeering part is the part that I think everybody needs to pay attention to. There's so many different conspiracy theories that are going on and swirling around P. Diddy and all the people that were invited and the lawsuits that were going on that were filed between Cassie, the one that was filed by Dawn Richards, the one that was filed. Like, there's so many things that are going on. And then there's also allegedly he has tapes and videos of everyone that came to the freak parties and was using these tapes and videos as ways of extorting people. But the racketeering part, and this is something that I heard one of the ladies from the View was talking about how the racketeering charges is usually something that is used amongst gangsters and like mob sides or whatever. But as I was reading through this, I wanted to point that out because as I'm reading through the rest of this article, I want y'all to pay attention to that. Now, jump back into the article. The documents that were submitted allege that the music mogul organized freak-offs or elaborate sex performances during which female victims were compelled through force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. Now, per the indictment, among supplies seized, like I said, worth 1,000 bottles of baby oil, Combs is also accused of arranging, directing, masturbating during, and often electronically recording the freak-offs, and of transporting commercial sex workers across state lines internationally as well. Now, per the indictment, these freak-offs occurred regularly and often lasted multiple days and involved multiple sex workers. He's distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. He also had the victims to take some sort of IV fluids to recover after the exertion of the drug use. He, sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, he kept a video of the films and also where they were engaging in acts along with the sex workers and commercial sex workers as well. Some of the rapper's associates referred to the indictment as the Combs enterprise, including supervisors, security, and household staff, assistants, all of them. He would try to stock them with necessary supplies, have them cleaning the rooms, arranging the travel, giving them the cash to pay the sex workers, and again, scheduling the IV fluids. The IV fluids are kind of like if you're dehydrated, saline solutions, oxygen drips, all those things that are supposed to help you help your body to recover quicker. He also was maintaining or monitoring their medical records, controlling their housing, and supplying them with controlled substances as well. So a lot of things are going on in this indictment, but the sex part is one thing. But the problem that I think you want to pay attention to is the racketeering part, because he may get convicted on a lot of other things, but I think it's the racketeering part that's going to be looked at closely. Now, there were a number of like I said, individuals who witnessed these alleged abuses that happened. Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engaged in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and verbal abuse. The violence reportedly involved kidnapping and arson. So Combs, who has not yet addressed the latest details in the case against him, arrived in New York on September 17th to face the charges. Again, the sex part that probably can be argued down that it possibly, but the racketeering part at this particular point with Puffy and all the people that would have attended, so all of the high-powered attorneys and producers and filmmakers and other industry heads of studios and other large film companies and organizations, there's this conspiracy theory that they're trying to kind of get these tapes and get them away from him so that he doesn't have any advantage over them. And so this is a way that all of them have been pulling the strings, allegedly, to get back at him, allegedly, and to stop him, allegedly, from doing anything with this going forward. So just pay attention to when this goes to court, what he actually may be charged with. And I have a feeling it's going to be probably the racketeering part, which is the piece that may get him some time if he goes through this trial and convicted. There is a Instagram creator called Just Boy MA, who posted something about the police finding reportedly 20,000 used dildos as well in his house. Now, again, this was something that was reported on Instagram. I haven't seen it in TMZ or anything else, but again, just something to think about, because again, if you have all these sex workers and all these things going on, these freak offs or whatever, it kind of makes sense, but maybe it's a lie, maybe not, but I just found that to be interesting because again, like I said, there are all these stories that are coming out, all these different versions of things that are happening. So let's just pay attention to that. But I'm still gonna have to just send this out here. I'm gonna just go ahead. We're gonna send a prayer out to our brother to make sure that he's well, because I don't like to see any person behind bars, especially if they did not do anything illegal.
We already know he beat the shit out of Cassie, so that's enough to put him under the jail as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, I do not disagree with you at all.
So fuck him. I don't wish him well. I'm sure this is not one of those cases where it's like, oh, I wonder if he actually did it. Child, there's way too much going on for him not to have done it. This would be, the girls, not saying you, but the girls love an epic conspiracy theory. And I'm like, this is not an epic conspiracy theory. This is not the government out to get Diddy on top of all of these other people. There's been evidence going around for years, just like there was about R. Kelly. And finally, we're in a position now where we believe, where there's enough evidence for them to be believed. I just did, the 20,000 sex toys. I'm like, I mean, I guess that feels like a lot to need to have around,
Everybody probably had their own stuff with their own name. They probably
Lola said Diddy was about to buy NBC.
Listen, Bill Cosby. I mean, there was all the listen. So
anytime a Negro gets caught up with something, he was trying to buy NBC, and that's why they because they can't have us owning major media like that.
Listen.
Meanwhile, Byron Allen out there owning half of the TV channels that you watch.
Pretty much. This week, just want to talk about a couple famous birthdays from last week. We had a lot this week, and I narrowed down this list just to some people that I thought that were pretty big, or at least that we cared about, because that's what we do. That's our show. So, gospel singer Bobby Jones turned 86.
Bobby Jones turned 86.
Yes. Miss Bobby turned 86, girl. Mm-hmm.
Yes, God.
Yes, she did. Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Anyway, go on, Miss Bobby.
Listen, what's her face used to work on the show and was the producer who comes in here a couple times, but she'll tell you, listen, I that's all I'm saying. Frankie Avalon turned 84. Tommy Lee Jones turned 78, as well as Oliver Stone. Ed Begley Jr. turned 75. Mickey Rourke turned 72. David Copperfield turned 68. Jennifer Tilly turned 66. BB Winans is 62. Molly Shannon is 60. Holly Robinson Pete is 60. Dougie Fresh is 58. Malia 7, as well as Ricky Bell. Anastasia is 56. Mark Anthony is 56. Tamron Hall is 54. Aisha Taylor is 54. Amy Poehler turns 53. Jada Pinkett turned 53 today. Lance Armstrong is 53. Nas turned 51. Exhibit turns 50. Jason Sudeikis was 49. Tom Hardy is 47. Flo Rida turns 45. I don't know why I thought Flo Rida was older than 45, but okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. Prince Harry turns 40. Kyla Pratt is 38. Danielle Brooks is 35. And Nick Jonas is 32. So listen, happy birthdays or happy belated birthdays to you all. Yeah. Welcome to the next club or the next age. We did have some news of the weird, but I wanted to point out this social media slate that was in here as well. Listen, this was submitted by someone on Facebook, Aaron Chapman, and it says, to the owner of the black Tesla who parked behind the Orpheum on Seymour Street tonight, who told me to go fuck myself after I told them they'd likely get a parking ticket because of tour vehicles that were going to park there, who seemed to presume I was just some nosy civilian rather than the guy running the concert tonight. Here's a photo of the tow truck I called for your car and a photo of me eating an ice cream cone while I watched it being towed. I don't think I've ever had an ice cream cone that tasted so sweet and refreshing. When I say petty, beyond petty, I am here for every single bit of it.
Petty but deserved, because you tried to get smart with the kids when the kids was just trying to help you out.
Listen, and to go fuck yourself. Okay, all right. Well, listen, somebody's gonna get fucked. It's not gonna be me, not tonight. But let's work on you. News of the weird, some inexplicable stuff. Okay, so Las Vegas police responded to a call in the wee hours of morning on August 27th about someone lying face down on the ground outside a funeral home. They might not have expected the most obvious explanation. They found a dead body amid the landscaping with a casket nearby on a rolling cart. The television station KTLA TV reported that a door to the funeral home was open and flower petals were scattered on the floor leading out of the door. Investigators learned that the body was that of a person who had been the subject of a viewing the previous day, and surveillance video showed a woman breaking in and moving the casket outside. Police arrested Patricia Sierra, 47, the next day and charged her with grand larceny, burglary, and disturbing human remains. She couldn't explain her actions, she said, because she had consumed 6 beers and blacked out. She remained in jail on $11,000 bond.
Girl, she was on more than just 6 beers, because who among us has not had 6 beers? And I have never, not once, gone to a funeral home and burglarized a corpse.
Okay. This next one. How much was spent on drugs? Okay, so people in the Netherlands spend more than 900 million euros on drugs each year. How is this known? KWR, the Research Institute for Drinking Water Businesses, analyzed sewage samples. And the NL Times reported that the researchers looked for residue of cocaine, speed, and ecstasy between 2015 and 2022 in Dutch sewage treatment plants. And I quote, "We are assuming a fairly conservative estimate." So KWR researcher Thomas Terlack said, "This provides insight into the size and consumers of the Dutch illegal drug market." So, and again, that is a very conservative estimate. So come on, Netherlands, but I'm coming. I'm going to be here one day soon. I'm coming to visit. Okay. So this next story was about an overreaction. So a man suffered 2 brain bleeds, multiple skull fractures, and multiple facial bone fractures, Las Vegas police said, after a convenience store clerk beat him with a bat for taking too much nacho cheese sauce.
Yes.
Third, KSNTV reported officers were called to the store where the man was lying on the ground and bleeding. The person who called 911 asked the clerk, Myron Bully, to call for help, but he responded, "I'm not going to call 911. He better have learned a lesson." Bully told police he had warned the victim about taking too much cheese, but the victim said he wasn't leaving without it. Bully is being held on $10,000 bond at the Clark County Detention Center. Baby. Oh. Is this cheese really that good? I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Is the cheese really this good?
Apparently.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Listen, that's all I got for these stories for this week. That's all I got.
Well, the Emmys were this weekend, so we're gonna scroll few. Yeah, I'll do this. This is a better view of it.
We're doing fashions of the Emmys.
Yes. So some of these we can just. This is Ayo Adebari is her name, I believe.
Which one? Upper left with the multicolored?
The black girl in the upper left.
Okay.
And Selena Gomez. I kind of like what Quita Brunson wore.
Quinta. So the thing with Quinta is, I like this dress. I think Quinta is so damn short, and it just doesn't work to her advantage sometimes. But I like this. This
dress that Viola Davis is wearing is cute.
I like the style of the dress. I don't know if I like the black and white, because I feel like if it was either all black or all white, or even white with gold accents, it would have. It's a goddess gown that would look. It's shaped to her and looks amazing on her. I just don't necessarily like the coloring of with the black and white.
Meryl Streep looked good.
Meryl Streep is always going to come in, as far as I'm concerned, looking like the superintendent of schools for the school district of whatever city you're in.
Right. So Shirley Ralph looks stunning.
Ralph. Very plain and simple, and she's glowing. I'm here for it. Come on, Miss Ralph. Is that Niecy Nash?
Before we get to Niecy Nash, this disaster. This is Sarah Paulson in Prada. This is already giving school marm dressed up for a date. And whatever this bow train flourish thing is, it just it's just awful.
Sarah Paulson always does these quirky looks, but she has an invitation to the cookout for me when I saw her dancing that one year in her gown, and she was getting down. Miss Sarah Paulson was getting, I want to say she was dancing to house music. She was getting down, but Miss Paulson was on it. Now, I didn't say her fashions would have been all that.
I agree with Bougie. It would have been good if it was one color. It's the clash of these. It's not that these colors don't go together, but this looks like she's got on a dress over her dress.
This is a smock over top of her dress. This is not
sure.
One color is not going to change it. No. Niecy Nash.
Always looks good.
I like Niecy when she wears a shorter hair, but when she does gowns and stuff, when she has longer hair, it feels like it makes her look taller and makes her look like her body's more elongated for some reason, and it looks better with her. But I do like her short hair too. Oh, what's with the aluminum foil?
This is Nicola Coughlan. She's one of the stars of Bridgerton. And this is we didn't say who the dress was. I just think this dress is horrible.
I'm not liking the fabric choice, and I'm not sure if it's sequined or if it's painted.
It's definitely sequined.
It's a bit much for me.
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston. This was actually cute because this was bejeweled, but it was also kind of see-through.
Again, plain and simple. Plain and simple. She looks stunning in it.
Yeah, sometimes the best look is, simplicity.
That gold look right there.
We're gonna get to her in a minute.
Oh.
But Diego Luna, I thought he looked really good in this tux.
Yeah. He looks nice. All right, going over to my girl.
Christine Baranski in this Oscar de la Renta, baby, she is glowing, and I live for it.
Miss Christine Baranski. When I tell you I love me some Christine Baranski, baby, she always comes through. Always comes through. Well,
Mac said he didn't think that he would like Bridgerton, but it's dope. I'm so glad. So when I see you next week, Mac, we can talk about Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte. So so someone that I can queen out with. Well, not queen out, but someone I can talk to about it with. Because I can't talk to this one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But y'all two have fun. Good to see you, Matt.
Mindy Kaling looks
amazing. She looks amazing.
Yes, I love that. Love this dress, and I love her. Listen, I love a dress with pockets.
But listen, men and women of a certain age, it's about comfort. And when I tell you that this whole ensemble looks comfortable as hell, and she ain't got to worry about nothing, and she got a pocket to put her hand in, and to carry a piece of chicken.
Carry a piece of chicken. Okay.
I mean, listen, we're gonna Tiffany Haddish it. This white ensemble, what is that going on?
I don't like this.
Let me back up. Am I saying that correctly? Is that Naomi?
No, well, Aja Naomi King, not Naomi Campbell.
Okay. Because I was like, what? This is the idea for me. I think the idea of this dress is amazing. I do think that the skirt part is a little too short.
And I don't like that it's not straight across. It comes up on the sides.
I think that's what's making it. So even if it was down lower, it would have still given it. It would have made it for me. And it's not about it being short. It's just that I think it's too short on her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Steve Martin. Is that?
That was Steve Martin.
Who's that to the left? Is that the Top Chef lady on the left?
Oh, the
host.
Priyanka Padma Lakshmi, yes.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful, simple little ensemble.
She looks nice. It's a simple and it's fit, it's elegant, and it looks good on her.
This I know what he was giving, but it's not giving.
But this is always him. Was it Is his name Alan Cummings? Is that his name? I think it is.
Alan Cumming, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he always does a little quirky thing, and it's in his brand. So he's actually looking better. He's looking more distinguished. I like this, the way he looks. I like the look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like the look on her.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the coloring. Maybe it's the color. Maybe it's a little too. The tone should have been a little bit deeper or richer. But I kind of like the look. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the color that's throwing it off for me for her. But she's a great actress. I enjoyed her in what was that daggone movie? And it won awards about being at the school, and I can't think of a name right now. I watched it on Netflix. It was a good movie.
Mm.
Maya.
All right.
That's all I got. White tuxedo. White tuxedo.
Ricky Martin.
Say what you want to say. Say what you
I don't
want
have
to
anything. I don't have anything. I don't have anything negative to say about Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin be clean as shit. And this tuxedo looks nice on him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who this is, but this is kind of cute. Kadif Kerwin.
Okay. It's a look.
Callie Reese. I don't know who that is.
Is this a skirt and a jacket, or is this a?
It's a skirt and a tuxedo jacket in velvet.
Choices.
Hated it.
Choices. I don't know what I'm really trying to. I don't know what he's trying to give, and I don't really know what I'm trying to say. But okay,
it fits him beautifully.
It does.
Sofia Vergara always turns the kids out.
Yes, indeedy. Whoever her tailor and stylist is, it keeps her all the way looking nice all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Bowen? That's Bowen.
Bowen Yang from Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Yang. That's
kind of cute. He looks like your Chinese auntie dressed up for the mahjong tournament.
Oh my God, I cannot with you. So
I do care for this suit. This dress is gorgeous.
So I like the idea of it.
I don't think this is his wife. I think this is his daughter.
I think that might be his daughter. But I like the idea of his suit with the
I like the idea, but this vest, like straight across like this, is
almost like a corset. But I kind of like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, her dress. Okay. This coat that she has on is amazing.
Yeah, Rita Ora.
Oh my God.
I don't know why Rita Ora keeps. Oh, that's his wife, according to Bougie Girl. Okay. That's Rita Ora and Taiki Waititi. Taiki always looks cute to me. And Rita Ora, I'm like, why does she keep showing up to stuff? So, but sure.
That coat is amazing. But he kind of fine. Come on, man.
Yeah. I really need someone. I need someone to have a consultation with Reba. Because sometimes she can turn it, and then other times she looks like she's cosplaying as Carol Burnett.
Oh, bitch, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I love this dress on Kirsten Wig.
It looks almost heavy.
I think it's also partially sheer as you go down.
Listen, right, Bougie. My roots are planted in the past. Who I am, who I am is who I want to be. I'm a survivor. Fits very nice.
I don't know who Karen Pittman is.
I do not either. But go back up to the top 8, the one right there, one more time. No, I was saying back up another page. That white, who's that in the white?
That's Catherine O'Hara.
Ooh. She looks younger.
I think she just got everything pulled back and everything for this look.
Listen, in this picture, but she looks great. This gown is kind of nasty when you get into the detailing of it.
It is. This young man was making a statement about the murdered and missing indigenous people throughout North America. So that's what the red face paint is about. Dion Harmon And Jesse Collins. I'm not sure who they are, but
I do not know. I do not know.
Amber Sharday Robinson. Girl, is this a production of The Wiz and she's Glenda the Good Witch?
I don't know.
It's very I.
I don't know. White.
Oh, right here.
This. I don't know what this is.
Gary Coon. It's cute.
I don't know if this is really given, but this stance here and this body image or whatever this is, this outline, I'm here for this. Who that young man?
Lamorne Morris.
He's the gift, the one where the guy pulls up and is like, and smiles real,
Oh, okay.
Who's on the red? Is that Dominique?
No, that's Janelle James.
Okay.
From what's the show on ABC? Abbott Elementary.
The principal. Okay, the principal. Okay, got you.
Mm-hmm.
Her crazy ass. I don't really know what else is going on other than a white top and the train. I can't really see what else is going on, but okay. One chop.
Two chop.
That's nice. Okay, Kathy
This
Bates.
is a cute little ensemble for Kathy, but the it's very severe.
Kathy Bates is playing the role of like the aging
Grand Dame.
Right, yeah, and it's amazing to watch it happen, and it's like I'm kind of in disbelief, but she's turning into, for me, she's turning into one of these white women that's going to become more glamorous as she gets older, and I'm not even mad at it because she's
like Helen Mirren.
Yes, like she's an incredible actress.
While the other leg was giving, this is a miss for me.
It's a fabric choice for me. This looks like a very cheap satin almost. But okay.
This is kind of cute.
I
love this color. Sky Marshall.
I kind of like the idea of this. I think this is. I feel this. I feel this a little bit.
The color is amazing.
Yeah, I feel like it was.
And I love a good bob.
Baby, a bob is a standard. What are you talking about? This is for me, it's the most universal cut.
Right.
Come on and get into what's his face? Is that John Boyega?
No, this is Sam Richardson.
Okay.
This is a full chop because, girl, what are you wearing to the Emmys? It's one of those things like, have you ever gone to an event and you get out the car and immediately realize you were underdressed for the event?
Absolutely. And you try to stay towards the back and out of everybody's way. And
right. I'd be like, no, I don't want to be on the carpet. Thank you. Because this is like some shit he had in his closet. I'm sure this is a very expensive ensemble or whatever.
Right, Max is like,
he's cute, though. So he's cute. So, he get a point or two.
What is what's his face got on? Okay. I usually stand with what he has going on because I love him to death. But it's gonna be a chop for me with the shirt.
It was a risk and it was a no.
Yeah. I kind of like this shirt, but I don't like.
I like the shirt, but I do not like how long it is in the back.
Well, I don't even know if I like how it's presented, and I feel like it just needs some color behind it to make it stand out. This is gonna sound so, I probably just wrong and racist. You need some darker skin, I think, behind it to make it stand out a little bit more to me.
Mm-hmm. Now this man is so sexy to me.
Come on, Dreamsicle. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's kind of like he went in his closet and he was a fan of MC Hammer, and then he altered the outfit.
Literally, I would literally said this is MC Hammer. He got this from the MC Hammer collection, circa
the MC Hammer.
No, that was earlier. That would have been like 1993, 94.
Yeah.
It was the post Too Legit to Quit era, more like Pumps and a Bump.
Pumps and a bump.
This is a cute little pantsuit.
It's cute because it looks like it's a long. Is that the pants or is that the shirt that's coming all the way down to the ground?
I can't tell if this is because right here I can't. I mean, it looks like it's all one piece of fabric, but if it is, it's a cute jumpsuit with like a built-in not ruffle, but like tuck in it.
It looks like it's in what I'm also trying to figure out if it's a top that's designed that way to go over to the side, and that's just
wait a minute. Eccentric said that is an international male suit, and if that is not the most accurate description ever,
oh, Eccentric, you know what? You're right.
That is very international male.
You're right. I'm gonna say no.
He does not look comfortable in this at all.
1 chop.
2 chop. 1 chop. Actually, the boots is cute. The boots are very festive.
Because I'm like, well, so there's individual pieces that I kind of like, but I'm not really. I don't know. I'm still.
So for RuPaul to be so tall, this outfit makes him look short as shit. Because with this heel on, he has to be close to 7 feet tall. Because I think Ru was like 6'8" naturally.
No, Ru was like 6'3" or 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
I thought he was taller than that. Either way, this ensemble makes him look short, especially with no belt. These pants are very old man, high-waisty pants.
I mean, well, he is an old man wearing some high-waisted pants.
But she's also a fashion icon, so I would expect better.
She also doesn't come out unless the Glamazon is paid for. So if she ain't paid for, she
right? And maybe like Peppermint said, she got that fracking money. She should be able to pull together a better looking look. Sir, now
who is that?
And of course his name is Jelly Roll. Listen, I am a person of substance. Girl, this is a mess.
I feel like he worked with a stylist. First of all, if he worked with a stylist, this stylist doesn't know how to dress a man of substance. If he did it by himself, he felt comfortable with, I'll just wear all black and it'll be fine.
So but it looks like he's wearing a tent.
Right. Because it's not proportioned or fitted to him.
Yeah.
But okay. Oh, wait a minute.
That's his pack.
I like the idea of this.
I like the dress is fine. I feel like it needs some definition all up and through here. Because this just looks like it's not a finished dress to me, actually.
I think the idea was to have that
side piece here is not working.
I think the idea was as you went up in size, that piece should have gotten larger as well. Because I think it would have been like a dress with something come off the side. That's what I kind of got that impression of.
She needs something that gives her a waist or, like some definition in through here, even if it was like an illusion.
That could work. Yeah, that could definitely work.
Kirsten Scott Thomas. Okay, I've not seen her in a while.
Listen, I used to think she was the most beautiful woman I had ever seen in quite some time. Oh my God. And she's another one aging gracefully as shit.
Mm-hmm. Carol Joyner and Brittany Nichols. I don't know who those people are, so
I don't, but I do like this suit though.
Yeah.
Something about that suit I like. The young lady in green, she won an Emmy.
I think she won over Selena Gomez.
She's married to I can't think of who she's married. Her husband is a director, I believe. Listen,
I know what the idea was here, but it's a no for me.
It's a one chop.
Two chop.
But listen, Robin, she looks amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And this dress looks amazing on her.
All right. Let's see. Who is this young man? That's Mekhi Phifer.
Mekhi Phifer. That's right, because he was in Deliverance. Did you get a chance to watch it?
No, not yet, because it just looks so dumb.
He was in Deliverance, yes. Hey, Mekhi.
Any movie that has the great Glenn Close talking about nappy pussy is a no for me. I would say when it comes on basic cable, but it's already on Netflix. It's already basic cable, so
Netflix, yes. Is that Laverne?
Mm-hmm.
Laverne was doing her thing on the red carpet for quite some time. I don't know if I particularly care for this look. It's not that it's bad; it's okay, but it's not like standing out and being stunning.
Yeah. Oh, this
the janitor from Abbott
Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
This color is gorgeous.
It is.
And I don't know. This fabric.
I don't know what her name is though, but she's standing there. She's working.
Zuri Hall.
Gotcha.
Another person where I'm just at least he color coordinated, but this is a mess.
He looks like he just got dressed on a summer day, and like
he looks like he is going to the grocery store.
Yeah, he going to the bodega to go get some stuff before we go out. The girls. I see Dawn. I see.
Who the hell is this with these big titties?
She's I think if I remember correctly, she's like a club, like a old club kid, kind of like in that. What's her name? Not La Perla. What is her name? Andy Warhol muse with the big lips and the blonde hair and the big boobs.
Amanda Lepore.
Amanda Lepore, yes. I think she's in that vein of trying to. She was a club character, I believe, like Amanda Lepore, but after Amanda Lepore. But there's some Drag Race girls I see. Mm-hmm. Come on for this split. This black number looks good too.
This right here? Oh no, right here.
Mm-hmm.
These girls be trying to carry off these splits, but it don't work for everybody.
This hair ain't working for me.
No, the hair and this she's got. You might not be able to see it in the picture, but she's got on a veil too. She could lose the veil altogether, and she should burn that veil. I'm just going to start there.
One chop.
Two chop.
What's with this footwear? What is this footwear? Zoom in on this footwear, please.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It looks like his name is Dallas Goldtooth.
Is this
an homage to some culture of something? Maybe.
Okay. All right.
I don't know who. Oh, this is Nymphia Wind.
Oh, Nymphia won the Drag Race girl. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. She won.
No, she was one of the ones that was giving them business. She had one of the most iconic looks for me this season, where she had the ties that looked like they were blowing in the wind. It was fucking amazing.
Also, some drag race girls.
Who that man right there in the tux?
This one.
Who that man?
Jovan Adepo. He's cute.
Okay, yeah, he is. Mm-hmm.
This is cute.
Classic, simple, clean lines. I'm not touching this.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. But were I to give a critique, it would be a chop.
2 chops.
This is classic. He is giving Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, he looks really good. Come on.
Oh, you know why? Because this is Will Reeve, his son.
Ah, okay.
Because I think there's like a documentary coming out about the life of Christopher Reeve.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, he looks like Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's his son. Yeah. Because this is a corset over a skirt, and it's not a chop, but it's a no. I like the color. I do not like the fit.
These stiff fabrics that some of these gowns are being made out of, and the way they're being, like with Sarah Paul's, I don't like that look. I don't know if I like. I don't like that.
Oh, so maybe some of these Native American looks are probably from a show called Reservation Dogs.
Okay. Hey, Justin. He kind of cute.
I think this is the guy from Access Hollywood. Yeah, this is the couple from Access Hollywood. You know, the black guy who was he is a homosexual, and the woman.
We don't know, but he looks cute here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy who does the circle film, like the zoom in and take a picture. And
yeah. I love his hair.
Listen,
he's giving very lion's mane.
Hey.
Okay, he's cute.
You can come sit on my plate. On my couch.
This is actually 3 pieces. So this is a jacket. I'm going to call this a skirt or a kilt and a pair of pants, all in the same fabric.
It looks like it's just one long jacket to me.
No, this is definitely a separate jacket.
Gotcha.
Right here is a line. So this is the line of the jacket, and then this is a skirt, and then this is the line of the pants. So it might be one of those things where it's not a full wraparound kilt. It might just be like a long flap for some reason.
1 chop.
2 chop. All right, and that's it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
We are wrapping it up. So let's get into this bean footage and call it a night.
Okie dokie.
Well, all righty then. I am so excited that you all joined us once again for the show. I had my sparkling sangria to decompress from a long day. And when we do the show next week, I will be joining you live from San Francisco.
I'll be stuck here in the areas, but I'll be on the show.
I will leave plenty of DNA around the city, and I will think of you when I'm doing it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Listen. All right. That's all I got.
I'm always looking out for you, baby.
Listen. You're helping me. I get it.
Okay. I do all that I do to make your life better.
I'll go ahead and take that. Yep.
Well, it is after 10 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, and all of our other friends. So thank y'all for coming out.
God bless.
You got any other last words, Epic?
I'm gonna go to the back. Y'all can send me some positive energy by going to the bathroom and drink me some more green juice. And take it.
All righty then. All right, kids. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Mwah.